Hi everyone. I hope you're all well today. It's Tuesday, hoping that your week is off to a good start. If you are joining me live, it would be great if you could let me know so that I can look out for any comments or questions throughout the video. And if you're watching replay, then please in the comments type in #replay. Let me know that you're catching up with me. And again, I can answer any questions that you might pop into the comments. So today, I'm talking about TikTok. I've had quite a few people request it, particularly after I did a live on Snapchat. Parents are keen to understand what these apps are all about and how they work and what's available in them, like what features, what their kids can do, and how they can keep them safer. So TikTok is what we're talking about today. Now you'll have to bear with me. I do have a lot of notes and I'm just going to refer to them as I go, mainly to keep some structure to the video so that we're not popping from one place to another, as I can tend to do, and also to make sure that you're receiving all of the information that you need. I'm just going to make a change here. Hopefully I can see your comments as they come up, because sometimes they take a little bit of time. Anyway, I will look out for them. Okay. So, TikTok, what is it? Well, if you have a teen or a tween, then chances are not only have you heard of TikTok incessantly, but you probably have seen TikTok as well. So TikTok is one of the top 3 most popular apps for tweens and teens these days. And it allows them to dance and lip sync to popular songs. So you can imagine how exciting it is to be able to create videos and share them with their friends. And that's basically what the platform is all about. So if you look, you might have heard of Musical.ly. And if you have, TikTok was formerly known as Musical.ly. So if you know a little bit about Musical.ly, then you'll know a little bit about TikTok. So let's get into who should be using TikTok. First of all, you might be interested to know that a lot of businesses actually have TikTok accounts. And that's because it's not only children who are using TikTok, but adults as well. And they found that it's a great way to advertise their products and services. And so that's important to note here, that there are a lot of adults on TikTok. And where there are adults and children, the risk increases, I suppose, of those adults connecting with our children. So if you were to go into the App Store, you would find that the age rating for TikTok is 12 and up. And if you go into the Google Play Store, you would find that the age rating is teen, which is a little bit ambiguous, but we'll say it's 13 and up, shall we? It's interesting to note that overseas, a child must be 15 and up to use TikTok or to create an account. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea as to what other countries, how they rate it for their children. Now, the reasons why it's rated as being suitable for teens is that it can have references to alcohol or drug references. There can sometimes be sexual content or nudity. There can be cartoon or fantasy violence. So that might be depicted via cartoon, and there can be blood and gore. There are mature and suggestive themes, and there can quite often be swearing, profanity and crude humour. So that's why it's not suitable for younger children. So let's have a little chat about some of the features in TikTok. As I said, children can dance and lip sync to some very popular songs. There are some fun filters in there. There's lots of video editing features. They can do duets. So duets are where they can create a TikTok with somebody who is not standing next to them. So they can be in another location and they can use the duet function to create a TikTok that looks like they're actually creating it together. Kids can also live stream. You can live stream via TikTok, which is of great concern. And you can also message, so there's an inbox and people can connect via the inbox. So it's very much like DMing or PMing in Instagram or in Facebook. So if you are in the US, you might have a slightly different experience for your children on TikTok. And the reason I mentioned it, I know we've got a lot of global people here and some people do live in the US. And so I need to cover everybody. A couple of years ago in 2019, there was a court settlement and it pretty much forced TikTok to create an experience for users who are under 13. So as long as the account was set up to have the correct birth date, kids were able to have a separate experience on TikTok. They're able only to view curated videos, so that was like TikTok approved videos. They're unable to comment, they can't search for videos, they can't post their own data, and TikTok are unable to collect their personal data. So like I said, that feature is only available in the US. Now, when a TikTok account is created and the age is up to like between 13 and 15 or so, the account will automatically be private when it's created, so that only friends can comment on the videos, and these accounts, people are unable to create duets. And again, that feature is only available in the US. Kids that are 16 and older can live stream, they can direct message, so they really have a very open account. Now, I'm going to talk about what someone needs to create a TikTok account, because it's not uncommon for children to, if they can have access to download it, to go away and create their own account. So you need to know what your child is using to create their account. First of all, they need a phone number, so they could be using yours. They need an email address. They need, notifications. That's not very helpful. They need, where are we? They need a phone number, an email address, or they can use a third-party app. If they have already have an account with Instagram or Facebook, they can actually use that to create their TikTok account. So once they've created their TikTok account, they can search for popular TikTok creators. Charli D'Amelio, I've heard her name 1,000 times from my older girls. She has a TikTok account that they like to watch. So they can search using categories, and they can use hashtags to find videos that they want to watch. Now, once they're into their account, if your child has contacts on their phone, then they can use those phone contacts to find those people on TikTok if they have an account as well. All right, and they can watch their live their videos. So basically, there are also some people who will create a TikTok account just to watch videos. There are others who will create a TikTok account to watch videos and create videos, but save them as drafts and not publish them for other people or friends to see. So there is a range of users on TikTok. So let's have a chat about some of the dangers you need to know about. It's important that you double check your child's account to see whether it's set to private or public. If it is set to public, it means that anyone can view your child's videos. They can message them directly, and see their location. Others can like the videos and they can comment on them. So your child could potentially be listening to music with inappropriate lyrics, seeing people dance with suggestive or sexy dance moves. There could be partial nudity, and they could also be contacted online, potentially by a predator, someone who is hoping to groom them. Beyond that, kids can become obsessed with the number of likes they get on their videos or comments. It can be upsetting to see nasty comments, cyberbullying can occur. So these are things to watch out for if your child is using it. It's not just the online grooming, it's not just the nudity and the sexy stuff, but also their mental health with being obsessed with likes and so forth. Another thing I'd like to talk about are TikTok challenges or trends. Perhaps you've heard of them. So a challenge, for example, might be a group of people who get together and they create a video of themselves doing something, and people want to recreate what they're doing. One that has been seen recently is where like 3 people stand together in the video, and then the 2 people on the outside trip the middle person, and that person then falls over and potentially knocks their head. Anyway, some people have done it. Some kids have recreated it. They've knocked their heads. They've needed stitches, had concussion, and so forth. There are other trends, such as one that's going around at the moment where children are copying a video to make it look like they have piercings. So like, just here in their, just under their lip, for example. So what they're doing is they're grabbing magnetic beads and they're putting one inside their mouth and then one outside so that they stick together. Unfortunately, some kids are inadvertently swallowing the magnets. One poor 13-year-old girl, so here she is, she's 13, and she has had to have surgery to remove part of her bowel and also her appendix, where the magnets ended up lodging and all trying to stick together. So, that's another thing to look out for if your child is just watching videos on TikTok. Let's talk about privacy settings now. So what you can go into their your child's account and set privacy. So what you want to do is select, go in and select their account, select privacy and safety, and then make it a private account. That's the first thing you want to do. Make sure that it's not public. And then we go through a number of different options. So there's who can download my video. So you can say friends or no one, who can send me comments, who can react to me, like a like, who can do a duet with me. Okay, you don't want that to say everyone, maybe just friends. Who can send me messages? That's really important. Friends only. And then if you need to block somebody, you can have a list of the people who are blocked there. So they are the privacy settings. Who can download my video? Who can send me comments? Who can react to me? Who can duet with me? And who can send me messages? Definitely a must if your child has a TikTok account. Go in and have a look at those. Now, you may have also heard of these digital well-being settings that TikTok have brought in. So the digital well-being settings allow parents to set some screen time limits, as well as what they call restrictions on the content. Now, the screen time limits can be set up so that the child has, say, a maximum of 2 hours or a minimum of 40 minutes use within the TikTok app. And don't forget, there are other ways that you can limit app use, not just within the app. So you can use that. The other option they have in there is restricting material. So what you can do is put it into restricted mode. Now, I know from experience, because I've experimented, the restricted mode is very flimsy. That's the word I'll use, flimsy, because I've put TikTok into restricted mode and seen content that I wouldn't want my teens to see. Shaking butts, dancing, sexy dancing, that type of thing, okay, and partial nudity. So please don't rely on the restricted mode. Definitely set it. If you have a child with an account, definitely set it, but it's not that great. I'll put that out there. Now, there are 2 ways that you can set up this, the screen time limits and also the restricted settings. The first way is you can go into your child's account on their device, into the app, and you can set up these 2 using a passcode that your child doesn't know. It's really important that your child doesn't know it, otherwise they're going to go in and change it, right? The other way you can do it is by using what TikTok call family pairing. This means that the parent creates their own TikTok account on their device. So I would create one under my name, or, the made-up name, and then they pair it with the child's device and TikTok account. And this is done using QR codes. And then the parent can manage those settings from their own phone. So they don't actually have to go into their child's phone and app. They just do it from their own phone into TikTok, and they can manage it from there. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat with these things. If your child happens to delete their account and delete TikTok and then download it again and try creating a new account, and we all know, yeah, kids are pretty switched on. They might not use their own birth year. They could be using a different year. So if your child does that and you had restrictions set up, then those restrictions are then null and void. Okay, you either need to pair with their new account or go into their app in their new account and set the restrictions there. So that's something to be aware of. It is unfortunate that kids will try and get around these things and create accounts with the wrong birth date so that they have access to more things. And the last thing I want to cover today, I'm not really sure how long I'll be going for. Nearly 17 minutes. I'm sorry, I'll wrap it up now. Here are a few things that parents can do if their child is using TikTok. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you understand the features in TikTok. And that's what we spoke about, the filters, the video editing, live streaming, the inbox and so forth. Make sure that you understand how they work. Make sure that your child meets the terms and conditions to create an account for TikTok. Talk to your child about creating and posting videos. So, no school uniforms or, your street number or family portraits in the background. Talking to them about what's on the internet stays on the internet. Basically, that's a really good rule to run by. Make sure that you use the privacy settings that are available and the digital wellbeing settings that include the screen time limits and the restricted mode. Talk to your child about talking to strangers online and privacy and their own private information, not sharing their full name, not sharing where they live, what school they go to, and so forth. And also, this is one of my favorites, is sit down with your child, ask your child to teach you how to use the app. A, they're going to be very proficient at it. You're going to get a very good rundown. But B, it creates a conversation around the dangers, okay? So that is a set of things that you can do if your child is using TikTok. I'm sorry, I got a little bit distracted. Sasha has said, oh, TikTok is the bane of my existence today. Yes, and I think a lot of parents will feel that way, Sasha. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I have taken up a lot of your time. I've hit nearly 20 minutes because I chat. I don't want to leave anything out. So if you have any questions or comments, please go ahead, pop them into the comment section. I'm going to stay online for another 5 or 10 minutes and I can answer those questions for you. Later in the week, I'm going to have a post on my website and you'll be able to download a fact sheet so that you can keep this information on hand for the future if your child is too young or if you're just starting out and you're not quite ready to deal with TikTok just yet. It'll be there ready for you. So have a fabulous day. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful week. And I will see you live again next Tuesday. Thanks. Bye-bye.